Good morning, students. Welcome to the physics class. So, in continuation with motion, today we will discuss some other important terms that is related to motion. In this, first we will discuss about distance, then displacement, and last one is speed. Let's continue our chapter or our content with distance. Before distance, I just want to explain you two different quantities, that is scalar and vector quantity. First we will be talking about the scalar quantity. The quantities which is described with the help of its magnitude only. Students, all those physical quantities, the physical quantities means the quantities that can be measurable. All the physical quantities which can be described with the help of its only magnitude is called the scalar quantity. For example, length. If you can see at the picture, a girl has a girl has covered some distance. So, we need not to calculate or we need not to explain the distance in which direction. Just we have to give a proper number for the distance. Means the distance is the scalar quantity which is described by its only magnitude. Second one is length. The length is the quantity we need not to tell the length of a ruler is 2 centimeter towards east. No, we just say the length of the ruler is 2 meter. Next is, as it has been given, is mass. If you can see a girl carrying a mass, we cannot say that the girl has a mass of 2 kilogram towards north. No, we just simply explain the mass of a girl is 2 kilogram or the girl is having a mass of 2 kilogram. The next in it we will be describing about the vector quantities. The physical quantities that are described with the help of its magnitude and direction is called a physical vector quantity. For example, weight. If you can see, the boy is falling down from the tree. Means the boy has a weight. The boy is falling down and has a weight that is being attracted by the center of the earth. So, the weight of the boy is a vector quantity. So, students, till now we have described the scalar quantity and vector quantity. In scalar quantity, we describe the scalar quantity with the help of its magnitude, means a number. If you can see, the apples are there on the beam balance. We just say the mass of the apple is 1 kilogram. We cannot say the mass of the apple is 1 kilogram towards north or towards east. We cannot describe the mass with the help of the direction. But in the opposite side, in the vector quantities, we have the quantities, these are described with the help of its magnitude as well as direction. If you can say the weight of the boy, or you can say the weight of a substance, the weight is always acting downwards, means we are showing the direction as well downward with the help of the magnitude as well as the direction. So it is a vector quantity. Next, students, we will be describing about our topic, that is distance. Now, what is distance? It is not the new term for you. It's a very common term and you have listened this term many a times. So what is distance? Distance is the actual length covered by the body and it is a scalar quantity. As I explained you before as well, the length we cannot as you have explained you about the scalar quantities before, as that we cannot say the distance with the help of the direction. So distance is nothing, it is a total length that is covered by the body and it is a scalar quantity, which means it has only magnitude but has no direction. If you can see in the slide, students, there is some zigzag path. and the arrows is being represented there. Let's suppose a student or a boy wants to cover a distance from A to B. So what is the path covered by the boy? First the boy will move from A to C. Then he will go from C to D. And then again he will go from D to B. What does it mean? It means that the boy has covered the actual path. And this actual path covered by the boy is the distance. Next I'll be explaining you displacement, the another quantity called displacement. Now what is displacement? Before I start with the displacement. I just want to know if you have the two ways. One is the actual way to do some work. One is the actual way to do that particular work. One is the shortest path. Which path you will choose? Yes, of course, we will choose the shortcut. Yes or no? Yes. So another topic, that is displacement. It is similar to the shortcut method. Now what is displacement? Displacement is the shortest possible distance travelled by the moving body between its final and initial position. Initial position, students, means a starting point, and final position means ending point. So when the body covers the shortest distance, when the body takes the shortest path to travel some length, that is called the displacement. And displacement is a vector quantity, means it has both magnitude as well as direction. To explain this, I have the another same example of the path. In the previous slide, we have discussed the distance where the body is moving from A to C, C to D, and D to B. That is the distance covered by the body. But the body can also move from A to B directly by the vertical path. Means a body is taking a shortcut method. This is the displacement that is covered by the body. Now next we will be talking about the topic speed. You have already learned that speed defines how fast an object is moving. Yes or no? If a car is moving very fast, that means its speed is more. If a car is moving very slow, that means its speed is less. So what does its speed actually means? Speed means the distance travelled by an object in unit time. Means the distance what is being travelled by the object in a particular time is called its distance. It's called its speed. So we can summarize the speed as, or we can calculate the speed as, speed is equal to distance over time. Now students, as we know that distance is nothing but it is a length, so its SI unit will be meter. Yes, and the time, we all know its SI unit is second. So what could be this SI unit of a speed? The SI unit of a speed is meter per second. Now next we will be talking about the average speed. Before this, I just want to tell you that the speed of a moving body does not indicate its direction. Means the speed of the body, we cannot say the speed with the direction. So the speed has no direction, means it has only magnitude. What does it signify? It signifies that speed is a scalar quantity. Now next, moving ahead with the average speed. Now what is average speed? If you can see, a car travelled a distance of 1500 meter in first interval of time, and then that particular car traveled 500 meter in particular interval of time. In the first, the speed of the car is 1 kilometer, and 1 kilometer, for the 1 kilometer it has 50 kilometer per hour, and the another as, and in another interval as the distance is very less, so but obvious that speed will also be decreased. So when we talk about these two instances of the speed of the car, what we can say that means the speed of the car is changing. So now what is average speed? From this example we conclude that the speed is also known as the ratio of the total distance travelled by the body to the total time taken by the body. How much total distance is travelled by the body is being divided by the total time taken by the body is called its average speed. So the average speed can be summarized that by total distance travelled divided by total time taken. And the last and the most important is the instantaneous speed. Now when you are going with your parents, when your father or the one who is driving the car, they accelerate, they increase the speed of the car. But after seeing the traffic jam or some car that is moving ahead to your car, what happened? The driver or your father, they decreases the speed of the car. Means at every moment of time the speed of the moving car is changing. Now that is called the instantaneous speed. The speed of the moving vehicle at any particular time is called the instantaneous speed. Or very good another example is when you are going to some hill station. When if you compare the speed of the car on a plain road and the speed of a car on a hilly road, the speed always changes. In the hilly road area, when driver or your father drives the car, at every moment of the time, at every turn around the hill, the speed of a car is changing. So that speed is called the instantaneous speed. Means the speed of a moving vehicle at any particular moment is called the instantaneous speed. So students, today we have discussed about the scalar and the vector quantities, distance, displacement and speed. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Stay safe, stay home.